One of my close friends came to this hospital and we went out for a chai. He told me I have come for migraine because there is just so much stigma attached to it. He did not even tell me I have come here for a different issue. Females will basically, they're more vocal about it. Even if they don't go for therapy, it's like a kitty party lady slogan nowadays.
It's a very wrong way of looking at it.
Pushing so much of equality. Now females are there as producers.
So your male in you is speaking, or
no, there are huge chances tomorrow there is one group in Europe coming, up with a new theory that we want to have sex with the animals.
See, a relationship is not as simple as marriage alone, right? It's about attachment, it's about attraction, it's about comfort, it's about safety, it's about your alignment, it's about there's so many aspects that comes before marriage. How are you connecting to another individual? The connections happens from multiple factors. Now, let's say a couple comes to me and say that I want to marry a man, or I want to marry a female, or I want a sex reassignment surgery done. Instead of jumping and telling, no, I am not, I'm a Muslim, now I'm not going to agree to this, now this is against my religion, I need to see how did you reach here? Where is the pain point? Like, it's extremely important for us to get into the basis of it, the foundation of it, work through the process, because you are not only whom you're married to. You as an individual are much beyond whom are you married to, or whether you have a child or no. Your identity does not end with marriage or end with having a child. You are a person beyond your attraction, orientation, attachment. You are a person. You are somebody hiding behind a pain, or hiding behind a complex structure of the community or the society, and that is making you express certain things which is not aligned with the society. So instead of it hurts us when we see that a person coming out as an LGBT or a gay or anything is kind of cornered very badly, which is not right. We need to ask and help that person. What are you hiding behind? What pain is that which is not visible to me? There is something always. There is a violence, there is an abuse, there is an abandonment, so many things which we don't see. We just say, okay, that person is not right, which is very, we are deducing the problem to just a judgment, which is not right.
No, but I think, see, there is this nuance wherein if you accept them as they are, then you're basically promoting the institution, right?
We are not accepting the orientation, we are accepting the person. Now, let's say tomorrow somebody has a tumor, okay, I have a cancer. Are you just going to discard me just because I have a cancer?
We don't discard, we treat them.
Yeah, we treat them.
That is what we say. See, there are people who say that there is a mental health issue, you treat them. Just giving them that acceptance, it's basically, you're promoting, you're making it bigger.
Not accepting them, also you're cornering them, you're violating the rights of being heard.
What are the rights we are violating? That's the question.
Being heard. Are you not supposed to hear a person coming with a problem?
It's been happening now. It's been happening almost for a generation.
So, no, that is where we need to differ, and we need to have a better mechanism as mental health professionals, as religious leaders, as scholars, not to discard a part of the community. They are the part of us.
Now they are asking for same-sex marriage. What will you do?
That's a social issue. I'm not even touching upon that.
The moment is...
See, again, I'm stating this, that a person's identity does not end with marriage. Marriage, you can divorce also can happen. So that's just a part, that's an event. Let's not focus so much on the event.
I think one of the reasons there is a marital discord, there are higher rates of male suicide, is because we have basically broken the main dynamics of heterosexuality.
No, I don't agree.
There is evidence, there are statistics.
I don't agree at all. See, now,
in India, the males who have done suicide, the percentage is almost way behind the females.
Because they're unemployed, they're single, they don't have the support system. As a male, as a stereotype, as a masculinity, they were supposed to be very strong, and they didn't have the support system.
Right.
That is the problem, not lesbianism or having homosexuality.
One of the angles, because males are seen as, providers, they are seen as protectors, there is a huge economic dependence on them, wherein as the females are, seen as emotional, there is an emotional dependency on them. Now, what is happening right now, because we are pushing so much of equality, now females are there as producers.
So your male in you is speaking, or
no, what is right now happening is because there has been so much mutilation of the mental agony of these males, they've ended up in suicide now.
I don't agree. It's a problem of competency that they have, not gender alone.
So that means
you
everybody
cannot,
who does suicide is incompetent?
sorry for that word, it's not incompetence per se as an individual. They may have a social skill deficit, they may have a social support deficit, they may have a mental health issue, they could have multiple reasons. You cannot put it on the gender alone. A female is not always a responsible person for a male's mental health, or that's a wrong burden you're giving the sect of people.
Because this is happening now, this generation is seeing both males and females as equal.
You're looking at a very skewed statistics. It is a part of it, just because, again, it's an individual story. Why are we putting it as a demographic?
Then why is there a gender in the first place? There should not be any gender then.
We are born that way, right?
That's
a biology. Yeah. Okay. So now the controversy here is about the marriage and the childbirth and the childcare, which definitely is a big matter. And I am not saying that this should be promoted. What I am repeatedly trying to tell is, if somebody has an issue like that, you're attracted, it's not a small thing. For them, that is, their life revolves around it. And if it's a young person, and if that person's life revolves around it, if you're not trying to tease it, if you're not trying to unknot the issue and put it into different compartment and help that individual to have a right identity and then the right choice, it's unfair on that person.
Yeah, that's true.
When do you agree for a reassignment surgery? Now people come to us to give consent for a reassignment surgery, and we do give permission. And when is that happening? It's not that we are inhuman and we are against the society. No, we are not. When do we kind of encourage reassignment surgeries? If there is a risk of suicide. I have recently given a permission to a young boy who wanted to be a female. Otherwise, there was a high risk of suicide. Now, if somebody is having a tumor and that person is going to die, are you not going to take out the tumor? You're going to do that, right?
Anyways, going to take out the tumor.
And this boy is feeling like dying because of the gender, and there's a gender dysphoria. The only way to save that person is to reassign. I am
going to ask you a very crude question now. If you go just 2 generations back, if you see this fluidity, the gender identity crisis, all this was looking like an abnormal process. Now, there are huge chances tomorrow there is one group in Europe coming, up with a new theory that, we want to have sex with the animals.
See, that's what. Let us not only focus on the sexuality of it. Let us come from where is it coming. Now, if somebody chose a pet or anything, so it depends upon their issue as well. No? They may have some inherent issue. They are not able to talk to human beings.
They need treatment.
They need treatment. That's what I'm trying to say. So what I am trying to again and again clarify here is, do not kind of put them into one box and then discard them and just say, okay, now whether you're allowing them to get married or have a child is a legal problem, social problem, a different level of problem. Okay, that I agree, which is not right. In many ways, it is not right when you look at the bigger picture. And if you look at statistics, last decade, there is a huge increase of these people coming out as gay, lesbians and all of that, which is a cultural problem, which is being induced into that child to believe so, which is a social, it's a criminal offense, which is happening, which I don't support at all. It's not that we are saying this should be promoted. Not at all. You don't promote it. But then if somebody is having that issue, like gender identity issue, I'm not comfortable with my own body, of my identity as a gender, I'm not comfortable with the attachment that I have with the opposite sex, or I am not able to relate to human being at all. I don't know what to talk. I don't know what it feels like, how to love someone else. I don't know. That is a basic problem. We cannot discard these people and tell, okay, now you are somebody is inefficient or you're immoral or you do not belong to society. We cannot say that.
Any sane person, I don't think so they will discard it, but I think there is a hormonal re-engineering which is needed, which is basically nothing.
That's a treatment. That's a treatment. So, okay, now let's put it in a way. We as human beings are born with a biology. We have organs. We are having, then we grow. We have our culture. We have a societal influence. We are nurtured in a particular way. We have experiences in life, which could talk about our attachment, our experiences, or the connections that we have. We evolve. What I am today and what I was 20 years back will be totally different person, because we are getting influenced by what's happening to us as human beings, and each of our experiences are unique, and some of the things which probably has happened with us, the choices we have made may be wrong, but that could be coming from a space of vulnerability, or it could come from a space of pain. It could come from a space of helplessness, and also illness. So we need to categorize whether it's an illness, whether it's an helplessness, whether it's a social factor, whether it's a biological factor, whether it's a cultural factor. We need to tease out, put it in a different category, and see how well we can tease out that and help that individual. Because one individual's identity does not end with his orientation, for God's sake, or a marital status, or whether you have a child or no. That is just one of the events of their life. So who you are as an individual at core matters, and how you have helped yourself, and then redefined your choices according to your cultural basis, your religious standards, or the moral standards, or the societal standards, that differs. But help that individual, whoever is going through that pain. Do not discard them, do not judge them, and do not come up with your opinion which probably can scar them further.
As per the statistics, in India itself, there has been 60,000 suicides for males, and there has been some 45, if I am not wrong, 45,000 female suicides, and it's in year 2021. This morning I saw it. I think one of the factors I believe is because of the change in the dynamics, because of this push towards equality, the male folks have started feeling insecure. That is one of the reasons, because we have tagged them as, masculine. They are the financial aids in the household. Now, because of this shift, now I think there cannot be two MDs in the company. There cannot be two owners in the same house. I think the friction is because of this, this equality problem.
I don't agree. If you look at the statistic of suicides, male has always had a higher incidence because of multiple factors, not only because women are now empowered and they are helpless. That's a
Then we
very...
should be talking about male empowerment. We shouldn't be talking about female empowerment. Males are dying. People are dying.
So the reason for male suicide is increasing is one. If you look at culturally, a male has always been entitled, so they get a separate treatment right from the birth.
Same is true for females also. They also get this separate treatment.
And no, they don't get it. So male is not equipped to deal with crisis well like a female. A female has an ability to communicate.
Well, then why do females cry a lot?
That's why they cry a lot, they express a lot, and they kind of solve their issue rather than bottling up. Men don't cry much. Culturally, they're not allowed to cry much, which is wrong.
Because that is seen as a weakness.
Yes, that's seen as a weakness, and they don't have the ability to express much. So they pent it up more, and they kind of get into loneliness and substance use and economical problem, and they are at a risk of suicide more than female, because females at point are empowered to communicate, to kind of, and they also get that shoulders to cry on and all of that, and that's not something to be looked at as a
Do you think one of the reasons for this could be because females, there is a more incidence of females seeking mental health treatment?
Depressive disorder, mood disorders higher in females because of the hormonal changes and the problem they have to go on in their life. They seek help more as well, and it is kind of like, if you look at from a social perspective, it is encouraged that okay, women go to a mental health thing. Men don't seek help much when they come to mental health.
I have seen females boasting about this, so I am going to therapy.
Which is
They're
good,
basically,
right?
it's
What's
become
wrong?
so
What's wrong
normal
in-
now.
What is
It's
wrong
like
in that?
they fancy about these
It's
things.
not fancy about it. It's like
Males,
if
even
you
males
have
will
the
go-
courage, if you have the courage to say that I have a problem and seeking help, that's empowerment.
One of my close friends came to this hospital and we went out for a chai. He told me I have come for migraine because there is so much stigma attached to it. He did not even tell me I have come here for a different issue. Females will basically, they're more vocal about it. Even if they don't go for therapy, it's like a kitty party lady slogan nowadays.
It's a very wrong way of looking at it. It is not that, okay, going for mental health issue itself is a big issue.
Then why it is not an issue with males?
Males are not able to
I think
express
there should
themselves.
be a movement that more mental health should be for males.
It has to be. I am agreeing with that. Men should cry, men should express, men should show their
So
vulnerability.
males should become more feminine, you mean to say?
Yeah, what is wrong in it? What is wrong in it?
Then females should become more masculine.
What is wrong in it? That's
That is-
exactly the point. That's exactly is the point. It's not about masculinity or femininity. Who expresses it? If I am a more masculine woman, what is wrong?
But genetically, we have a makeup like masculine.
Not necessarily. That itself
our
is the
bone
point.
density,
That is
see our muscle
that's
growth.
your body. That's your body. How tall are you? What's your color of your hair? It's your body structure. That doesn't talk anything about your emotion.
I am just getting I'm recalling one of the guys saying this. So if you are okay with the distribution of the overlapping, the females, for example, if you said males are taller than females, so it can be true. Now, if you say females are more emotional than males, it can be true. So if we can accept this overlapping between the distribution of the traits, characteristics, biologically, physiologically, socially, I think there won't be any problems then.
Who is saying no? We need to appreciate each other's differences, and if the differences are also not according to the bias that you have or the stereotype that you have, that also you need to accept. See, the whole point is that we don't have to go into extremes of anything. Okay, the traits, femininity trait or a masculinity trait, a female could be masculine in nature, a man could be feminine in nature. They are born that way, they're built that way, they like expressing themselves that way, and they feel belonged and understood that way. There's nothing wrong about it. As a society, we need to be progressive in our approach to see things from an individual perspective and respect that uniqueness in that individual rather than judging that individual. We don't have to go in any extremes and having to express us that now I am a feminine person who is born as a male gender, so now I'm going to wear a sari to the work, or I'm going to have a particular makeup. That becomes too loud and you are attracting attention unnecessarily. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the subtle signs of femininity and masculinity which exist within the gender, and we may not be in sync sometimes. A female could be masculine because of her genetics or probably her situations in life, that she becomes assertive, she becomes aggressive, she becomes competent, she becomes confident, she becomes somebody else whom she was not. That does not make her less feminine or less of a lady, right? Similar with a man. He could be softer, he could be a nurturer, he could be empathetic, he could cry at everything else. That does not make him less of a man. Or having to judge anybody on this basis is totally not acceptable. And as a community, as a society, we need to progress beyond this stereotype. That's what is my message.
I want you guys to support me in the sense, put the comments there, let's ask difficult questions. Let's just get the answers from there.
And support me also. If at all you kind of want more questions answered, please ask more questions. Let's have a meaningful discussion and arrive at a beautiful solution.
Yeah, let's do that. So I would thank Mind and Brain Hospital for the sponsorship.